Jungle. Without further ado, Golden Boots.
Matters of the heart and matters of the brain. Well, matters of the heart are like matters of your brain. Well, matters of freedom and matters of constraint. The bullet's loaded, but you pulled the trigger a little late. Brain, matters of the heart, well they matter, yeah, just the same. As I was going out, I let you in. Without a doubt, I know that a storm is rolling in. I let the shutters out, but you know I let the lightning in. A real cowboy now, I've discovered Vicodin. Matters of the heart, matters of the brain, matters of the heart, well they matter, yeah, just the same. All right, hello, Tucson, Arizona. It's Golden Boots.
It's us.
It's us. We're still here.
We're still
We're
alive.
not, no one's stopping.
We're just changing our instruments. Why do you walk away with those headphones, man? Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Why do you guys need to switch
My
headphones?
pleasure.
Because it's going to be too confusing otherwise.
That's the guitar.
That's
We're starting off with some old classics of ours. This one's called Virginia. Oh, Virginia, say that it's not true. Oh, Virginia, bills are finally due. Still a lot to learn, there's still a lot to burn piled around you.
say that you'll be true. Oh, Virginia, like a dress all torn, whatever's gotten into you still don't seem to warn. Past is seldom true. I hear that after you, your trail still too warm. Oh, Virginia, can I take you through the storm? Virginia, what else can we say? Every time that sun comes up, I watch you walk away, calling after you. You're rubber and down to my words just blow away. Oh, Virginia, I know you'll never pay. Ah, Virginia, I know you'll never pay. Ah, Virginia, I know you'll never pay. Ah, Virginia.
All right, thank you. That was called Virginia.
That was so great, you guys.
That
You
was
guys,
great, Ben.
wow.
Good job, Ben.
You guys really killed it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben.
We got Ben Schneider on drums, proud proprietor of Tall Boys.
The only reason I'm in this band so we can talk about it.
That's right.
Well, here we go around again, a pocket full of roses, and I'm fitting in, and it's almost time. Yeah, it's almost time. Well, here we go, and we hit the town, a pocket full of wishes, and someone drowned.
It's almost time.
Yeah, it's almost time. Ashes, ashes, till we all fall. Ashes, ashes, till we all fall. Ashes, ashes, till we all fall down and round and round and round and round. Yeah. Here we're going and we'll pick it up. The cow is in the meadow eating buttercups, and it's almost time. Yeah, it's almost time. Well, here we're going and we hit the town, a pocket full of wishes and someone drowned.
It's almost time.
Yeah, it's almost time. Ashes, ashes, till we all fall. Ashes, ashes, till we all fall. Ashes, ashes, till we all fall down and round and round and round and round. Yeah.
was a new ditty of ours called Buttercup. And this is another one called Circuit Jerk. You and me, Jeff? Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I find it hard to say who's human anyway, while the Western world falls on its side, belly to the sky, madness in it. I find it hard to see with this fashion in my eyes. Our circuit's open, wide receiver, cancer from our skies are falling down, down to their knees and begging please. We're counted sheep. Go eat, don't make a peep. Don't miss your shows. Don't forget your phone. Why try? Leave whatever comes into your mind. I find it hard to scream with these wires in my ears, but the sound's so bright and clear, they all just shout my name and cheer us on as we walk right off the edge of it all.
.3 KXCI Tucson. My name is Sophie Gibson Rush here. Glad to be hosting Golden Boots live in Studio 2A. Hey guys.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Having us.
Let's start with the dirty details. I need your names and what you play, and any other information you would like to volunteer.
Let's go around the horn.
I'm Ben. I play drums.
My name is Dimitri. I play the bass guitar.
And the guitar. My name's Ryan. I
Yeah,
play
we need real
bass
details
guitar
here.
and the guitar.
And without a microphone is Tidy Paws on the saxophone and the World of Z keyboard.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for joining us here. I heard through the grapevine that Friday was a very momentous day for Golden Boots.
Yeah, it's a very
correct?
exciting day for us.
What happened on Friday the 2nd?
We put out a tape with local label Baby Tooth Records,
Uh-huh.
and it got reissued by Burger Records out of California.
Congratulations.
Which is, yeah, very exciting for us.
And some credit where credit is due. Let's talk a little bit about Baby Tooth. How would people know of them?
They've done a shocking amount of releases over the last, maybe a little over a year now, maybe like
Yeah.
35 local releases, all different kinds of music, and I would say it's really varied, which is great. But if there's like a good chance if you heard something locally, they released a tape by the band or vinyl in some instances.
Yeah, and they're a completely homegrown Tucson-based record label connected to the Wooden Tooth record store,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys released this album, Halt, in 2016, just a tape?
Yeah, we just did a tape with them, and that was it. And then since there was maybe like 35 lathe cut records that were put out of it, double 10-inch, but the really small amount.
Yeah.
And so we'd reached out to Berger, and they know of Baby Tooth and everything, and we told them that we were out of tapes and wanted to see if they would make more tapes.
So for someone who maybe has a sense that like getting signed by a record label is something that will never happen, all the stars have to align. How did you go about it? Like,
It's not, to be clear, it's not like what you'd think of when people say signed to a record label. They're just putting out a tape for us.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Right, it's wonderful.
Right.
And it
But it's
gets
not like
out
that.
there to more people.
Yeah, that thing where people think of like they're getting signed by Warner Brothers or something.
Right, and then
A
they're just
contract
throwing
that comes
cash
with
at
the
you
video.
to go on
I don't
tour
even
for
think
the
that
next
happens
5
anymore.
years. Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, they
Right.
kind of have a whole other, a different structure that's popped up, which is really cool. Because if you just do it yourself like we did, and then they'll duplicate it and they'll get the word out to way more people than you could.
Yeah.
And it's way more easy, and it's just like a couple
Yeah.
emails and you're done. It's not like this long belabored process.
Right. The gates aren't quite as shut as they used to be. It's kind of funny because I remember doing research on this, and the internet still talks about how like you wait for A&R to come and find you.
I think
You
that
can
is
do
for-
that.
Yeah, for some people. I mean, I'm not sure that works, but
I'm not
I
sure
think-
how it works either.
yeah, if you just want to do it yourself and have a good time doing it and stuff, there's definitely forums.
Yeah.
And just with Bandcamp and being able to put stuff out yourself, and
That's
It's the
truly
hard
the
part
era
of-
we live in
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has access
Right.
for the most part. So.
And so do you guys feel like you market yourself, or is Berger going to start to do some of your marketing?
they've been doing it just by getting it out there. They're really casual, and so they just kind of get it out there in whatever format they do, which is way more than if we worked really hard. We couldn't do what they can do with like
Right.
one or two little posts or
they
something.
reach more people.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But we've never really been too good at. We keep being a band. It's like 15
We've
years.
just been doing it for a long time.
Tons of
yeah.
records and
didn't know
stuff, and we've worked with different people and stuff. But one thing is for sure is that like me and Ryan aren't very good at.
That side of things.
The more we try, the worse it gets.
But you did sell out the Baby Tooth cassettes,
Yeah, we
right?
did that. That's our biggest. That's our milestone.
Congrats to you and Baby Tooth for that one. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for people who might not know about Golden Boots versus Tropical Trio, let's get a quick primer on that.
Golden Boots is Dimitri and I started the band together in like 2002, I think, and ever since then, there's always been a vastly rotating crew of musicians that have played in the band. Some still do. Ben's been off and on with us now for 7 years or something. Jeff as well, Mr. Tidy Paws as well, and some people still come in and out. So that's been going on for a long time. And then last year when we made this record, we just wanted to try something different and simplify, which is ironic because this machine we're about to use, it's not that simple in a way. I mean, it's not hard to play, but it's essentially a toy.
Let the record show that he is talking about
called
an omnichord.
And we went and we toured Europe with it, and we brought an extra one because they tend to break.
Right.
And it buzzes,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a sound nightmare a little bit.
Yeah, I know that you never know what you're going to get when you turn it on.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and amazingly, it is quite versatile, actually.
Yeah.
The more we've played with it, but then so for that, it was just myself, Dimitri, and Mr. Tidy Paws, and so we just did a 3-piece: the keyboards, a saxophone, that crazy thing, and a guitar,
And it was called,
and that's Golden Boots Tropical Trio.
right.
Thank you. Yes, that's the tie-in.
Trap Trio is when we lost Ben to him opening up Tall Boys downtown, so we couldn't have a drummer.
Oh,
so
yeah.
this
Let's
became
just-
Ben temporarily, and we did a record.
And we didn't have to
without
buy a
Ben.
plane ticket for him when we went
Oh,
to
yeah?
Europe.
Let's just recognize that Ben started a business this year and still is a rock in several local bands.
Yeah, and does Night of the Living Fest as well.
Right.
He's a busy man.
Yeah.
So he gets replaced by Omnicords left
Don't
and
sleep
right.
much.
So healthy.
You know, I think I read once that the Omnicord was created initially for church so that someone who didn't know how to play it could just press
could see
buttons.
that.
Is that true?
It's an electric auto harp.
That might be a...
It's exactly what it is. It has a chord side and a side you strum.
Cool.
So that's like, always famous for church
Yeah.
group singing and kindergarten singing.
Well,
Appalachian spirituals or
Yeah.
Appalachian.
It'd be funny to
depending on
hear
where
that
you
in
come
a
from.
church.
I know.
It's got cool beats in it and stuff too. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're about to hear it in this context. So just to recap, the album is called Halt. It is now out on Burger Records
And halt is an anagram. I think it's important.
HALT, standing for
Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. If you experience any one of those four, you have to halt and deal with it.
I did not know that.
It's good advice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very sound
Our
advice.
friend Tim taught us that.
And look up Tropical Trio, look up Golden Boots. So they're both here tonight, essentially. And next set we're going to hop into is a Tropical Trio set, correct?
Yes, we're going to do a
Wonderful.
couple of Trop Trio songs here. This first one's a cover by, or made popular by Terry Gibbs. It's called Somebody's Knockin', and this is our rendition of it.
Go for it.
Ryan, are you good to go?
I need one moment.
Well,
I'll
okay,
just
that
start
was
it
it.
out. Say, Ryan, what does that sound?
I don't know. What's my name?
Ryan, what's my name? Ryan, what's that sound? Ryan, come on. Somebody's knocking, should I let them in? Lord, it's the devil, would you look at him? I've heard about him, but I never dreamed he'd have blue eyes and blue jeans. Somebody's whispering, they're talking to me. Your place or my place, well, which will it be? I'm getting weaker and he's coming on strong, but I don't wanna go wrong.
He must have tapped my telephone line. How would he know I've been spending my time alone? He says we'll have one heavenly night. My fever's rising, so I know he'll be right at home.
Somebody's knocking, should I let them in? Lord, it's the devil, would you look at him? I've heard about him, but I never dreamed he'd have blue eyes and blue jeans.
He must have tapped my telephone line. How would he know I've been spending my time alone? He says we'll have one heavenly night. My fever's rising, so I know he'll be right at home.
All right, that's Somebody's Knocking by Terry Gibbs. Again, it is a cover song. This next song is called Constellations of Loving You.
sloppy hair, I love you. The way you melt down, baby, I love you. And as long as there are stars above you, I'll always find the time for loving you. The constellations of loving you, of loving you. The constellations of loving you. Teddy. The way that you walk down the avenue, I always find the time for loving you. The way you walk your walk in a meter 10, well, my mind explodes like an old Bic pen. The constellations of loving you, of loving you. The constellations of loving you.
Constellations of loving you.
This next one is called Harbor.
Beautiful chord. Just listen to that thing.
All the ships are in the harbor, and their ghosts they wash the shore. All the crew has gone to rest now, and their heads fell to the floor, calling out the cold, the rising tide will carry this away. Let's burn our bridges down with care and then go basking in the flames. And all the nights we sleep so easy, and all the days they are so sweet, and all the time that we spent waiting is given back to us to keep.
and all the land's the devil's backyard.
And the gardener's gone astray. It's like paradise returning, and there's no more judgment day. Well, hooray! Calling all the world to call it quits. Let's call it a day. Sky has fallen down. Sweep it up and bury it away. And all the nights we sleep so easy, and all the days they are so sweet, and all the time that we spent waiting is given back to us to keep. It's given back to us to keep. It's given back to us to keep. I need to wet my whistle. Thank you. That was called a harbor.
Here, sir.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Oh, thank you. So this is Payphone. It'll be our last song as the Tropical Trio for this evening. This is an old one, too. This is one
This has been
from
a Tropical
2002.
Trio.
We brought it back into play
Production.
out of no request at all. Ben wanted to hear it. No, not even Ben.
Did you get an email one day from some guy who asked about it? That's probably Ben in
Ignore every
disguise.
email that you get.
All right, I think we're looking good over here on the board. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Oh, God.
Well, I've been picking up dust every time I go to the payphone. I've been kicking up dust every time I go. I've been picking up dust every time I go to the payphone. Picking up dust every time I go. Where do you go? Or who do you know? Where do you go? Or who do you know? What do you do when your phone gets disconnected and your dimes get rejected? Or what do you do when your phone gets disconnected and your dimes get rejected? Well, you drag your heels, and you drag your heels, drag your heels, and you drag your heels.
Yeah, Ben.
91.3 KXCI Tucson. My name is Sophie Gibson Rush. I am here live in Studio 2A, joined by Tropical Trio, Golden Boots, Tropical Trio, one of the two. And that was just a Tropical Trio set, joined by the Omnichord,
Yes.
the Sound of the Angels.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sound.
It was a beautiful sound. And a big sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Versatile.
Still got the hum of the angels going on, too.
Yeah.
They hum.
Yeah, it's an unpredictable instrument.
They're humming.
All right, well, so we should talk a little bit about the show on the 9th, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's at Owl's Club. It is you and...
And our friends Gene Tripp from Phoenix, Arizona. It's Jay Huffman and his wife Lana Kelly Huffman. And Lana plays in town with Hal and has played
Hal
with
Gelb,
various,
that is.
various
Yeah.
people around.
She's been on the scene for a long time.
Yeah.
But
As herself. As
yeah,
well.
yeah, she's a fantastic musician too. All of her last record is so good. But anyway, they have a project together that I really love. It's called Gene Tripp, and they have one album out called Happy Plaza, and that's you can find that online really easily.
Or Plaza, depending on
Plaza.
where you come from.
Yeah, I felt like I said it different than I normally do.
Plaza.
Plaza. But you get good salsa there.
Yeah. It's good salsa at the Plaza.
We accept all types here. It's fine.
Of course.
So yeah, we're playing with them, and we're also recording. We've been Gene Tripp's band when we went to Germany. It was Gene Tripp and Tropical Trio, so we would become his band. And now we're recording a record with him. Tidy Pauls, Ryan, Ben, myself, and a couple other musicians in town. And Ben's recording it at his studio called Half House Studios.
Cool.
And yeah, we wanted to play at Owl's Club, and they would have us. So we're
Why
doing,
did you choose Owl's Club specifically?
We had a fun show there that Casey Golden asked us to do,
Yeah.
and so then we just asked if we could do it again.
Yeah.
Nice ambiance.
Agreed. So
Carta
it
Blanca.
sounds like there's like this kind of a constellation of like-minded artistic individuals who are all working together and separately on many different things. Do ideas kind of become public domain? And like if you have an idea for someone else's song with like Gene Tripp or something,
Well,
Yeah, I mean.
yeah, I
if you
mean, in
wrote
an
it for-
artistic sense.
right?
I don't think any of us would like grab a line that we wrote for someone else's song and then make it the melody for one of our own.
Right.
But
Yeah, if you write it for the
Yeah,
whoever's
but
heading
like-
it up, whoever calls you to come over or whatever to start the thing, I feel like if you say yes, then you're pretty much agreeing to.
yeah, but you get
Yeah.
ideas by doing it.
Right.
You learn and you expand by each new artist you create with, so that adds
Yeah.
to your own vocabulary
Right.
in that sense.
Yeah, I'm just curious about the idea that maybe having like a chokehold on your ideas, my idea. You
Well, you
know,
can't do that.
It's not right. It might not be.
I mean, you
the
can't
most-
really even do that in being a band.
Yeah.
If you want the band to work.
Right. Well, the two of you have been working together for 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? How do you do you write the songs that you sing?
Mostly.
Ryan?
Though we're going to do one tonight that Dimitri wrote for me to sing.
Yeah, we're trying something new.
We're trying to
waiting
do
for
that.
each
So
other now.
it's my turn now.
What did you write for him?
A song called "Praying Hands."
Yeah. And why did you write it specifically for Ryan?
Because try to think of a song that Ryan would like to sing, and that may be something I would guessing.
He
what
did it in
Ryan
my
might-
idiom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to surprise him with something he might have already written.
Yeah. So that brings me to, do you have ideas alone in a room, or
I think more than not over the years, the formula has been that we're by ourselves writing songs, and then we bring them to each other, or we demo at home and bring that to each other, and then we flesh them out together, and then they'll change then. They'll augment then. We'll both agree on like that. Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's what really works. That's great. Didn't think of that. Both ways. And then we often record it and make a record, and then we start playing it with the band, and then it changes again.
yeah,
And then sometimes it's like, wow, should we go back and do the whole thing again? Because it augments every time.
right. And after 15 years of performing some of these songs, they must be unrecognizable from when you started.
Yeah, I mean, we are doing two of them. The Harbor and that last one, Payphone, are really early on songs, and those versions are very different from the originals, and it's fun to do that.
Yeah, Halt
Yeah.
was originally supposed to be like almost one of those like easy listening, like introduction to the band records. There's only a couple new tunes on there, but there's one from almost every record.
No, that can't even close to being true. Really
Yeah.
weird.
Besides, it's
All
okay to be a
13,
friend.
Not even close to. Okay.
and that is how you compromise
Very
and
well
get
done.
along well in a band.
Yeah, pay attention. So when people come to see the Golden Boots show the Tropical Trio, Golden Boots on the 9th,
We're going to do
full
full
band.
band.
full band.
With Ben. It's just
So-
Ben's boots.
Right. So
Yeah,
the
without
9th,
me, they get more words and a fun toy.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
there's a lot of space to fill. man.
I'm asking you a leading question. I want to know what you're gonna wear.
We hadn't talked about it
Suit
yet.
jackets.
Formal, not formal.
Black tie?
Formal cash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
formal, casual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a Dracula cape that will switch off whoever's singing.
that's amazing.
Ryan just found that out.
That old trick.
Yeah, the singing
All
cape.
right, bringing that back.
You're gonna have to practice that one to get it smooth.
We don't practice too much.
And
We're just gonna suspend it on a wire
oh,
stand
that's
under
so
that's
it lowers
genius.
down on the shoulders of the person over that microphone.
I ask because you're often wearing matching and often absurd
We like to have
costuming.
fun with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were supposed to wear sports.
I don't know.
They-
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wearing like a tennis outfit.
Oh
And these guys said they were going to too, and they didn't.
We got him again.
So on Saturday, wear a cape and something nice.
I like the look, though. It just helps me feel
no! Yeah,
good.
you look fantastic. You took it and ran with it. It's perfect.
It's true.
Yeah.
Does look great.
I ask about the clothing because I think it points to a sense of the absurd, and also your Facebook page is very much rooted in the sense
We
of
tend
the
towards
absurd.
the absurd for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of an absurd thing that we're doing.
Is that how it started?
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Started out as this kind of like fake country band, and that's how we started.
We have the forum to do, pull in any genre or any kind of music that we feel like, and deconstruct it, and that's how you have fun with something.
Yeah.
And that's something artistically we both agree on. I think everybody in the band agrees on that.
Yeah, it's fun to
sort
just
of-
hang out and you can really feel it and like what you're doing, but I feel like with this project it's great because you just kind of rip it apart and it doesn't really matter too much. It's weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like it does, but then
Can't take it too seriously.
when you look back, it's always like the things you didn't care about are the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So I just think it's right better to just get absurd with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. All right. Well, so December 9th at Owl's Club, and then I believe, I could be wrong, December 17th
Yeah.
with Trees Speak.
Yes, in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And
Crescent
with,
Ballroom.
Yeah, if anyone wants a road trip.
with
It's also
Gene
Gene
Tripp
Tripp.
again. Yeah.
Yeah. And Trees Speak is Daniel Martin Diaz's
Yep.
and Julius's.
And I know that he's been working with Jay and Lana from Gene Tripp as
Yeah.
well for some visual stuff, I think. So I
Yeah.
think those guys have a
Should
connection.
be fun.
The Constellation.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Well, it looks like we have about 15 minutes. Can you
We
guys
can-
fill that?
Oh yeah.
I am thrilled. Awesome. All right. Golden Boots / Tropical Trio here playing live in Studio 2A, 91.3 KXCI Tucson. My name is Sophie Gibson Rush, signing off for
Thank
tonight.
you, Sophie.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks, guys. This is a new song. It's called Psychological Strength. Good, Mr. Teddy Pauls?
Psychological strength. I'm gonna get through. 'Cause when it seems like nothing's gonna bend, it doesn't mean that they're gonna break you. With psychological strength, I'm gonna get by. 'Cause when you're living in hellfire, doesn't mean your whole world will fry. With psychological strength, whatever we'll do. 'Cause there ain't nothing about a fire that means that it's gonna burn you. No, there ain't nothing about a fire that means that it's gonna burn you. psychological strength. I'm gonna get by. 'Cause when you're living in hellfire, doesn't mean your whole world will fry. Psychological strength, whatever we do. 'Cause there ain't nothing about a fire that means that it's gonna burn you. No, there ain't nothing about a fire that means that it's gonna burn you. No, there ain't nothing about a fire that means that it's gonna burn you. No, there ain't nothing.
Psychological strength.
This next one is a cover song by our favorite Tucson band called Barely Bipedal. It was written by James Jordan, and it's called Purify.
My heart is stained with sin. I've let the ways of the world in. Won't you set my spirit free from what I've come to be? Purify my soul. Burn me, temper me with holy fire. I want to breathe the breath of life. I walk streets paved by corruption, and I live in a world of deceit, where my lusts are for sale and my judgments fail, and innocence falls beneath my feet. Purify my mind. Set me on a path that's right. I want to see the beauty of it all. I walk streets paved by corruption, and I live in a world of deceit, where my lusts are for sale and my judgments fail, and innocence falls beneath my feet. Two more? Okay. We're gonna play two more. Ow. Hit myself in the face. Let's do the song called Praying Hands.
Two more, and someone can take a long solo if they want.
Ah.
Me, of course.
Clones and drones is quick. Those two. Okay. That'll be our thing. Okay. Yeah, Jeff can take a long solo.
Take me to the shelter before the bombs start to fall. Take me away from this church and all them flags out on the lawn. Give me some water before everything is contaminated. Give me some food before everything gets irradiated. You're praying hands won't help you. No, not at all. Your praying hands won't help you. No, not at all. Your praying hands won't help you. No, not at all. Your praying hands won't help you. It'll all be gone. I'll get me some alcohol and maybe just wait it out. I wonder if you'll see your God inside that mushroom cloud. I'll get me some dice and some comics, you know, nothing too complicated. Or maybe a burrito to go before everything is annihilated. You're praying hands won't help you. No, not at all. Your praying hands won't help you. No, not at all. Your praying hands won't help you. No, not at all. Your praying hands won't help you. It'll all be gone.
All right, we're gonna play one more song. Clones and drones. If we can cram the lyrics in. Ready, Jeff? That's the one. This is more new material we're doing, so some of it's, you know, it's almost there. We're not afraid.
It's 100%
That
there.
much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Thinking how you think is a disease. Broadcasting bullets just like seeds. Drop bombs like leaves. The drones buzz like bees. Blood on the ground don't grow things no more. Gamma waves eroding the shore. Who put all that poison in your head? Had some peace of mind, but it broke in two. Didn't get the warranty, did you? Oh, what to do? Use tape and glue. Feeding the rich on the meat of the poor. You got enough, but you always want more. The locust has made a home inside your head.
Thanks for tuning into 91.3 KXCI Tucson. My name is Sophie. You just heard an hour of Golden Boots and Tropical Trio. Golden Boots will be performing full band on December 9th at Owls Club. You can also find their album, Halt, H-A-L-T, released by Burger Records, and before that, Baby Tooth Records. You guys, any last words?
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thanks
to
for having
everyone
us so much.
in there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys. Sounded great. Those are the guys behind the glass. Oh,
Yes.
wait. Never mind. Radio, video. It's so confusing
yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah, there is video. So
Yeah.
if you tuned in on channel 20, thank you so much. Adios. All right, over to you, Bob Girth with The Hub. Thank you.